This is the presentation of my problem statement. I want to start this presentation by talking about a special population of students, English language learners. These students are usually immigrants or have parents that are immigrants. They of course speak a second language, which is mostly Spanish in comparison. They range in different cultures, but most come from Latin American countries. They are by far the fastest growing population of students, about 4.8 million living in the United States. With this growth, schools are seeing more ELL programs being implemented and teachers getting ESL certified. So what's happening with these students at school? From the 2007 Pew Report, with averages below passing, ELLs have a high risk of dropping out of school by the age of 18. Nearly 71% of 8th grade ELLs score below passing in both their reading and math assessments. They are by far the most behind group of students in comparison to the general population in schools. As ELLs are mostly Hispanic Latin students, there is about a 50% achievement gap between these students and white students. This means that 1 out of every 2 ELLs are on level or close to white students' achievement. This is shocking, considering that these group of students are slowly comprising the makeup of schools today. This is seemingly urgent and requires immediate action. What's going on? What do these students need? What are the schools doing? Let's start with looking at the why. If you have ever visited a foreign country, you probably experience a cultural shock. The food, the art, the people, the language, and everything around you seems different, yet confusing at the same time. It can be a scary feeling, especially if you're traveling alone. You might struggle with the food if it's not something you're accustomed to. You might misunderstand what a local said, and you probably got lost. Now imagine experiencing that for 5 days each week for a year straight. This won't be a vacation anymore, but possibly a nightmare. This is what ELLs are experiencing today. Not the wonderful new experience, but the confusion, the frustration, and the discomfort. It's hard for them to relate since it's not something they're accustomed to. So as a result, most of these students withdraw or sometimes feel embarrassed in class. They become unmotivated in schools as the world now seems so foreign to them. By putting ourselves in their shoes, we can start seeing why they're becoming a statistics and create a solution for it. So what are the solutions? How can we support these students? What do teachers need to do in order to guide them from this lost world? We can start with something that most, if not all, can relate to. Something that can range in languages, that is practical, and engage audience through sounds and visuals. It's technology, and has taken over our society today. It's used in many environments, and students of all ages have some experience with it. In fact, 75% of kids under the age of 8 uses mobile devices, or something similar. Technology is alluring and can almost be addictive, but if used effectively, it can be a powerful tool for teachers. How can technology be used for ELLs? Well, based on research, ELLs learn better when information is visual, relative, and scaffold to the level of understanding. This type of learning compensates for their struggles in verbal learning, which is part of language acquisition. Technology can be used to represent information visually and engagingly, in which learning can be fun and interactive. With certain programs, technology can also be used to measure a learner's knowledge and teach them accordingly to that. The range of digital tools are limitless for what students and teachers can do. We see now that technology is a powerful tool to use to support ELLs. With the reason why they are unable to achieve the highest potential, digital tools or technology can bridge the gap between what they can and can't do. Through engaging visual and dynamics, technology can inspire motivation from a place that they believe was lost. Furthermore, it can bring a place of unfamiliarity to an environment filled with discovery and fulfillment. It's the missing puzzle piece. So where do we start? We need to look at teachers, as they are the ones working with these students. By training teachers to use digital tools, they can effectively teach ELLs through visual and engaging qualities that traditional teaching can't do alone. It will better supplement their lessons to reach different learners to have outstanding effects. Furthermore, teachers can also use these tools to assess student knowledge and scaffold their learning. When teachers become more knowledgeable in these tools, they in turn can teach others how to effectively use them. So with everything discussed, the goal of this project is to educate teachers on how to use digital tools to support ELLs. It's in hopes that educators will learn the benefits of using digital tools and how to effectively use them in the classroom. As such, teachers will be able to engage these ELLs, channel their learning through technology, and successfully have them reach new heights. So in the future, these ELLs are no longer the ones left behind, but the model of student achievement.